Welcome back to GavGoesIn. Guys, obviously, different setting today. Obviously, I'm back in the car. Um, guys, listen, I thought I had to just do this quickly. I wasn't even scheduled to even go live. But I've just seen some breaking news. Bruno Fernandes wants to now stay at Man United. So, I mean, Sky Sports News breaking. It's looking like he's going to reject Saudi. And guys, I have to be honest. This club. Um, I mean, we can't really blame the club because, again, Bruno, obviously it was his decision to make. And it's looking like he's now staying at United. If I'm Man United and I want to reinvest in this squad, I'm pushing Bruno Fernandes out the door because the fact that Bruno is saying he doesn't want to go now. I mean, what's he thinking first and foremost? Because the kind of money he's been offered, and you mean to tell me he's not sure on going? I mean, what that means for Man United, I don't really know now because, as I said, there's been links to Embuemo. Embuemo looking very likely, but I don't know how they're going to get Embuemo if the likes of Bruno doesn't get moved on, and how they go and get other players as well. So yeah, the fact that I'm seeing now, on Sky Sports News, Bruno Fernandes is set to stay as he's looking at rejecting Saudi. It's like, what was the whole noise in the first place then? Because surely if he wanted to reject the Saudi bid, why would he have why is it taking this long? You know, but I'm just hoping, it's a bit of a rush of the blood kind of decision, and he kind of thinks to himself, you know what, this is the opportunity not to be missed. Because let's be honest, if he doesn't accept this deal, not only are Man United for me in danger of not being able to sign players, because yeah, Cunha's over the line, but what Man United need to do with the sale of this player is crucial. And the thing is, if he doesn't accept this deal, I don't really know. I'm hearing people say he loves the club, but does he really love the club? Because if he loved the club, he would do what's best for the club. The club are in massive problems financially. You know, you going for 100 million, the fact that you're going to turn 31 as well, and you mean to tell me that you want to stay for what reason? What reason does Bruno Fernandes really have to stay for? He's been offered more money. He's been offered, you know, 700 grand a week, 65 million over 65 million a year. You know, I ain't got a clue what he's playing at, man. To be honest, like it's a joke, man. But guys, yeah, if you didn't know, Bruno Fernandes looking like he's rejecting Saudi. Obviously, going by Sky Sports, and I have to say, I'm absolutely pissed off, to be honest with you, because I don't really know now what's going to happen in terms of transfers now, because Embuemo's looking likely at 60 mil. Brentford are saying they're not going to accept anything less than 60 mil. But really and truly, how are you going to get Brian Embuemo with when you need to go and get a striker, you know, and definitely two midfielders? So I don't really know how you're going to get those players with Bruno Fernandes still there. Because let's be honest, Garnacho, looking likely to go, and hopefully he does go as well. You're looking at what, 40 mil for Garnacho. Hoyland for me needs to be moved on, 100%. Whether people are dumb enough to pay money for him, he might go on loan. But if we're looking at anything else, it's pretty quiet. Pick up the 25 million option, or send Sancho back for 5 mil, which again I would want. Um, Who else is there? Anthony. Anthony's done well for Real Betis this season. Since January. Would there be suitors after him? They should be. You're probably looking at getting 40 million for him. You know. Um, yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? But it's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this now. I for sure thought that Bruno Fernandes was definitely going, and the fact that he's rejecting Saudi is looking like, you know, I don't know, but it's weird as well because Saudi haven't even come in with a bid. They haven't even come in with a bid, and maybe they're only going to make the bid if they're getting concrete information from the player that he definitely wants to move to them. Who knows? But the whole thing's been a bit of a shambles. Let's be honest, because this bid from Saudi, or rumored bid, has been about for about what 3 weeks now, and now we're hearing that Bruno wants to stay at the club. And again, I will go as far as saying, for me, I think it's pretty selfish of Bruno, if I'm honest, because he wants to stay at the club because I think he just wants to. Um, I think he wants to make it more about himself rather than moving on, because he hasn't got no reason to stay at the club, really. As I said, the club are in problems, and he's been offered, ridiculous money from Saudi, and he wants to stay at Man United. Now the thing is, guys, and big up to WWC as well. The thing is as well, if Bruno does stay, and I'm hoping he doesn't, you know, anyhow Man United try and give him a pay rise, yeah, there's gonna be uproar because you can't do that. You can't keep the player because he doesn't want to go, and then all of a sudden decide to give him a pay rise. So I'm just hoping, I'm hoping there's a bit of movement and Bruno changes his mind because, as I said, he needs to really think about this because to think that Bruno doesn't want to go with that money on offer, I don't really get it. But if Man United was to offer him a pay rise to keep him, I think the club are at an all-time low because I've never seen so much hype around a player that really just isn't that good enough. You know what I mean? Yeah, people look at his numbers and say he's getting numbers, but again, if you really know football, you won't even bring numbers into the conversation. And as I said, you get a lot of these pundits and these journalists that ain't got a clue about football, and then what they'll do, and it's very clear to me that these pundits and these journalists are not even watching the game because the amount of times I'm hearing these journalists say, Bruno Fernandes has been the shining light for United all season. I've watched Man United. I've watched every single game from Man United, and Bruno hasn't been good the whole season. He hasn't. That's an absolute lie. What he's done is that the last few games of the season, he's got a couple of numbers, and people are thinking that Bruno's played well for the entirety of the season, and he hasn't. It's a complete lie. Big up to Lit Talk. So he's a Monaco fan. He says you need Lamine Camara. Big up Lit Talk. I'm gonna give him a check, man. I've not really heard of him, to be honest. Lamine Camara. I've not really heard of him. I'll give him a check. But is he a central midfield player? Because if he's a central midfield player, then yeah, that could be one that could be visited. But as I said, yeah, bro. I will definitely check him. Bro, if you can, once this stream has ended, if you just send his name in the comments, and I'm gonna give him a check when I get back. But big up yourself, man. Okay, so he's a central midfielder, yeah. Yeah, make sure you make sure you put that in the comments after the stream's ended. And guys, come on, 4 of you watching, let's smash the like button. Not too much to ask. Obviously, I'm in a bit of a different setting today, guys. I'm going for a trim right now, so I thought let me just jump on, man, because flipping, I've just heard this news and I can't actually believe it, to be honest with you. Ooh, what's this? Feds stopping someone. Okay. So yeah, guys. yeah, I just can't believe this now because honestly, I don't really know what's going to happen now. It's going to be very interesting to see what United actually do because we've been hearing all season, United haven't got any money to spend, and it's one of them things now that um, yeah, who knows now? Because as I said, like I think they were banking on Bruno Fernandes going and spending, especially on someone like an Embuemo who wants to come to United now. But I don't know. I'm not sure how you're going to get Embuemo. How are you going to get Embuemo? Yeah, and then you're going to have to try and get two midfielders and a striker as well. I don't really know how that's going to happen. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But obviously news yesterday. Brian Embuemo wants to join Man United. And obviously seeing Sky Sports today. Brentford are willing to sell, but the thing is with Brentford have always been willing to sell. The fact that Embuemo is making it clear he wants to come to United now, you know, for some reason I can still see Newcastle. I can see Newcastle still, you know, come. I can even see Newcastle putting forward a bid, but I think the fact that he's made it clear he wants to come to United. 60 million, which to be fair, I think is fair because you're getting arguably their best player. You know, him, Visser, and Norgard, I think are the three that people would look at. And as I said, I think 60 million for a guy that scores goals for them, it's a no-brainer really for me. So yeah, I think that's fair, definitely. And it's going to be interesting to see, if Man United do come forward with a bid. But as I said, I don't know. I don't think how United are going to come forward with money now because surely that would have been banked on the Bruno Fernandes sale. You know. So yeah, man, it's just one of them things, man. But it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. But I'm just hoping, as I said, I'm just hoping that Bruno Fernandes thinks to himself, this is an opportunity which is too good to turn down, and um, accepts, because if Bruno Fernandes accepts to go to Saudi, then he's going to go Saudi. But from what I've seen today on Sky Sports News, he's rejecting the Saudi bid, and it's like honestly, man, I'm actually shocked. I definitely thought he was on his way, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But guys, only a quick stream, as I said. I will be back at 12:30. So obviously we've got the Nations League coming on, which is on Wednesday and Thursday. So we've got Germany versus Portugal, and then you've got Spain versus France on the Thursday. So yeah, I'll be doing a discussion on all four teams, the squads, the potential lineups as well, and who I predict will be meeting each other in the final. So yeah, make sure you catch me back at 12:30. And as I said, guys, make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done so already. And again, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you subscribe to my channel at GavGoesIn. But yeah, guys, big up yourselves, and I'll catch you guys at 12:30. Take it easy.